Oh, so I am doing power washing, power washing, power washing in VR. I'm gonna finish this one that I just started, and then I had went to VR chat for a little while, and back to Meta Horizon. Oh no, are we going to start? We are cleaning up after Alice, as in Alice in Wonderland. This is the mess that she has made. This is an update because I finished the entire game for Alice in Wonderland, and this is some kind of update. Oh, hi. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear me. So, um, I just came in because I started this earlier. I guess this is the rabbit's house. What are you doing in here? I'm definitely scared. When you use that soap, it just helps it to come off better. I know, I know, I know that you all can't believe it. But if you use the soap, you spray this stuff with that soap. Yesterday when I was playing this game, I told Common Man, look, I told him this game had must have upgraded or something. And boom, we went and looked today. We looked today and the game upgraded. But he can't play the game no more, even though Even though he has this game too, I can't see my chat real because I'm on this new platform. I'm on this new platform that you go live on. You know, now you can play meta games on your phone and your computer. So this game could be available on your phone and computer through Meta. Shut up, Benji. So let me tell you guys what happened. And my son was hit by a hit and run driver the other day. And I'm going to tell you, we all should be like, it's 2025 in the United States of America. We should have no type of stereotyping when it comes to health care. But we do. And I'm going to tell my son to tell the doctor to prescribe him the medicine, and we will pay for it. So my son got hit by a car, hit and run driver, and the hospital gave him 325 milligram Tylenol for pain for a broken limb. This is normal. I went to the hospital and I was in a lot of pain, and they gave me 325 milligram Tylenol in an IV. I was in so much pain. I had to I had to go off on them. I had to go off on them when the last time I was at the hospital. I told them don't ever insult me again by giving me 325 milligram Tylenol inside of an IV. And then writing down in my medical records that I'm not in pain. When I keep telling you that clearly in pain. The stereotyping and racism in medical is really bad. We live we live in 2025. If someone gets hit by a car and they broke their limbs, I broke my leg, I mean my ankle. Oh, and my son has to have surgery. He was in pain all night. And I mean all night. No one. I don't care. I don't care what you look like. I'm so serious. I don't care what you look like. Any race. If you break your limb, the doctors need to assume that you are in pain. I don't care what you look like. And we do have people, people. I'm not saying any race or anything. We have people who have passed away because our doctors and our nurses have passed judgment based on what they think. Not not medical fact, based on their personal feelings. Oh, that person is okay. Oh, they're faking. They can breathe. Oh, they're faking. They can breathe. They're faking. They can breathe. And people have lost their life based on people's stupid ass opinion in medicine when it's not a medical opinion, it's a personal opinion. We don't give a damn about your personal opinions, your racism, or your stereotypes when it comes to medicine. You are dealing with human beings, and you need to learn how to treat them like they're human beings. You know, let me tell you what, one time in this country, people became doctors because they cared about people. And we didn't have many racist doctors. We didn't. Those people that did experiments on people, those were scientists, not doctors. How do I know these things? Because I grew up with asthma. I grew up with asthma. And the doctors, when you told them you didn't feel good or you're in pain, the doctors didn't use their personal feelings. They automatically just treated you for what you were saying. They believed you. Now, they don't believe you. So you tell me this, someone gets hit by a car, the ambulance someone gets hit by a car, the ambulance and the police bring them in, a hit and run, and you think that person deserves to have 325 Tylenol for a broken wrist, a broken arm? Y'all heard me right. Y'all heard me right. And I am very upset because that's inhumane to allow someone to suffer in pain. You know, both of my sons work in warehouses. And you know, in order to work in a warehouse, you have to have a drug test. No, really, you have to be a drug test. If you're a crackhead working in a warehouse, you're eventually going to get fired. If you work in the warehouse and you have some type of addiction, I'm serious. Because the warehouse is a dangerous place. Warehouses and factory work is very, very strenuous. And working in a warehouse or a factory, you have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to be aware at all times. You could lose an arm, you could lose a limb, you could pass away in a warehouse or a factory. So you have to be very aware of your surroundings. So if you're in an addiction and you go work in a warehouse or a factory, you're not going to last. and they drug test you. And if you have an accident at work, they're drug testing you. Especially an accident at the warehouse, they're drug testing you. Both of my sons work 12 hours a day. They don't have time to be on drugs. But let me tell you what, when they do that to you at the hospital, because you know the doctors and nurses, you're supposed to be able to trust them with your life. Do you know how it hurts to not be able to get quality medical care because somebody's looking at the skin color of your skin or your skin tone? And I'm sure, listen, I'm sure there's some white ladies who have been stereotyped against and considered to be pill poppers and really somebody that's really in pain. But because you have suburban white women that are on drugs, pain pills, they think every white woman in suburbia America is a pill popping drug addict. So if you go to the hospital and you're a middle-aged white woman and you're really in pain, well, you might not get help either. Why? Because they have stereotyped that all white women and middle-aged white women from suburbia are seeking pills. And you see, that lady could be coming in with a serious issue, but because you're stereotyping her and thinking she's drug seeking, she could be really needing emergency surgery or anything. You know, our country needs to do something about the stereotyping in our medical offices. There needs to be no racism or stereotyping. If that's how you feel, you need to find a different kind of job. Because if you're a nurse or you're a doctor, you have to be open minded. Because you're going to have people of all walks of life coming in there: gay, straight, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. You're going to have people coming in, people who identify as animals. You're going to have people from all walks of life coming in. And you cannot you cannot pass judgment. We're supposed to trust our medical professionals will take care of us and help us to heal. You know, they have judged me so much that I just say, you know, I'm gonna let them think that I'm a drug seeker, and I'm just gonna look for natural remedies to take my pain away because I have fibromyalgia, and right now I'm paralyzed. I have Ramsay Hunt syndrome. It's something like Bell's palsy. Let me tell you what. When I go online, when I go online, when we go online and we're looking at people talking about Ramsay Hunt syndrome, ain't even Bell's palsy. People of all races that have had this Ramsay Hunt syndrome, they talk about how inadequate and ignorant our doctors are. You know, I should be seeing a neurologist. Have they made me an appointment for a neurologist? No. The doctor at the same hospital my son went to, that the ambulance took him to, the police sent him to, I also went there. And I had a doctor's appointment because they have clinics there too, because it's a teaching hospital. This isn't new. I did this one. It just looks so different. So I go there. The doctor says this to me: I don't feel comfortable. I don't know you. I don't feel comfortable giving you a note to be off of work. She said to me, I don't feel comfortable. I have Ramsey Hunt. I work in a warehouse. My face on the right side is paralyzed. My eye doesn't close. I work in a warehouse. I have to be able to close both of my eyes. I have to be able to blink. I can't be in a warehouse where things are flying around, possibly glass or anything, glass shards, anything. I can't be in that warehouse and my eye doesn't shut. I have to be fully aware of what's going on in the warehouse. Not only that, I work on the safety committee. So I literally, it's literally my job. It's literally my job to help keep people safe, to look out for safety issues. And so let me tell you what. This having my eye open isn't safe. I drive Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash right now because I gotta eat. I'm still struggling. I live in my car, but I'm at my son's house right now. Long story. A lot of stuff has happened. So I live in my car, and I'm driving DoorDash. It's 100 and some degrees, over 108 degrees. One day it was 116 degrees. So I have my windows down. have my windows down. Not thinking. So something flies in the window as I'm driving into my eye, and I can't close my eye. So I'm driving literally in my both of my because my right eye closes, then my left when my left eye closes, then my right eye will close. I had both of my eyes were closed. I couldn't help it. It was a reaction. So that tells me right there, I'm not safe to go to work in a warehouse. Is it hurting my pockets? Hell yeah, it's hurting my pockets. Is that doctor stupid? I have a car note. You think I'm telling you I need a note to stay home from work for no reason? No. Those doctors over there at the hospital are racist. I have had a doctor. They knew I had been hurt at work. My job sent me to the hospital, right? Another warehouse I was working at. The doctors actually had x-rays. The doctors actually had x-rays, right? This doctor, he comes in there and tells me I'm just lazy. That I'm not in pain and nothing's wrong with me. I'm just lazy and I don't want to go to work. What do you mean by that? Because I wasn't getting no checks. And do you guys know this? I'm not getting no disability right now while I'm not at work. I'm not getting any money. My friends are taking care of me. People send me cash app to help me. So for that doctor to act as if I was trying to scam somebody, I know exactly what she was trying to do. Trying to say she thinks I'm getting money. She thinks I'm trying to get a check. And so what if I was? I worked for it. I paid into it. They take money out of my check every month for disability in case I have something like that. Every month they take unemployment out of my check. Every paycheck I. What do you mean? I'm not stealing anything that I didn't put in. So yeah, I filed a grievance against her. And I need to call them about the security guard because it was a black man and he went. When I came into the doctor's office, I was like, why did they send me here? Because this is not my regular doctor's office. Let me tell you what. He set the stage. Why was he talking to the doctor about me before the doctor got to see me? Why was this man talking to the doctor about me? You're a security guard. You're a security guard. You have no business whatsoever talking to my doctor about me, making your judgment. The doctor didn't even help me, and like I'm paralyzed in my face. And the thing is, the tee he is, I was live on YouTube. And this woman gonna tell me I have Bell's palsy. No, I don't. I have the shingle scars in my ear. Okay, I'm still here, y'all. Oh, you guys are in England. It's called, I have it in the thing, PowerWash Simulator. PowerWash Simulator. Anyway, I had to check because I can't see my chat room. So I've stopped going to the doctor because the doctor very much is treating my situation like it's nothing. And when I go online, people of all races and nationalities talk about how the doctors don't know nothing about Ramsey Hunt and how they're suffering. And it's a lot of young people who have it that are suffering. Like they're paralyzed on their face with nerve damage. And you think that they're drug seeking or just faking it? What is wrong with you doctors? And that's what I'm talking about, the stereotype. The stereotyping in medicine and the race is ridiculous. It's super ridiculous. But this is America. This is America. Everybody wants to come here to America. They all think it's so awesome and wonderful. First of all, we don't have no money. Stop thinking that we're so rich. I know that I know that you all think that we're rich and we have it good, but we don't. We don't. And to all of you people who have family members that live here in the United States, and you think your family has money, they don't. when I tell people out of the country I live in my car, they don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe it because I live in the United States, and they think that our trees grow gold and money. They think our government gives us free money. Our government doesn't give us nothing free. The taxpayers pay for welfare. The government ain't giving nobody a damn thing. All these hardworking Americans is why we have welfare, why we have food stamps. People need to understand, stop thinking our country's so awesome. Our country is not awesome. It's no different than yours. And then when y'all get here, y'all mad because you've been watching some liars on the internet. Don't you understand Hollywood is in the United States? Everybody's a damn actor here. And nobody is going to tell you the real truth, especially you people who live in other countries. Because your family members that live here want you to think, they want you to think that there's no struggle. That's a lie. People aren't living in their cars with their children because they're deadbeat, messed up. Well, some people are. Some people are. But in this country, ain't nobody trying to live in their car with their child. You'll get your kid taken from you. And when you see these people on YouTube living in their, if you see them living in a car with their kid, it's because they can't afford rent. This game is called PowerWash VR. It is in the Meta store. It is in a metaphor. And when I'm having a bad day, I play this game. Yeah, when I'm having a bad day, I hold on a second. Hold on. Oh my God. When I am having a bad day, oh my God, what happened? No. Okay, hold on, everyone. Just hold on. I am going to fix this. La 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 la. I got to go to sleep after this because. Hi. What you doing, small baby? That's a small baby. He's a boy with curly hair. And he can't help that he's a baby. He's literally the prince of the family. He is literally out of all the kids. My sister just had a baby girl. Out of all the kids, he's literally the prince of the family. Where's this little kid? I heard him. Oh my God. I'm dying. Oh no. I'm dying right now. Hold on, I already did this, didn't I? It's making me do it all over again. What the hell?